At this point, y'all did a good job. Now, I would assume that the questions would come in for number 2, which looks a whole lot like this. You have 4A plus 2B, close parentheses, plus 6A plus 5B. Now, my dear Aunt Sally, also known as order of operations, tells me that I need to complete whatever's going on with these parentheses first. However, I have a problem, don't I? Because the parentheses are asking me to add 4 apples and 2 baseball bats. Can I add apples and baseball bats? No. Yes. I can? How does that happen? I can do that. I can add 6 apples to 4 apples. So how many apples is that?
10.
10. Then I've got 2 baseball bats and 5 baseball bats. So I have 7 baseball bats. But here again, can I add apples and baseball bats? No. So since I cannot add apples and baseball bats, I need to leave them what? 7. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called combined like terms. Now, if you run into somebody older, they will tell you that it is collect terms. They're the same word thing. So, now, oh, and by the way, just so you know, things that you need to know, but I have this odd feeling somebody's going to miss. This 10A has a couple of things in it. My 10 is called the coefficient. In other words, it's the number in front of the variable. So that makes A what?
Coefficient.
A is a coefficient. A is a variable because we don't, can A change?
No.
So you say A can't change? Yes, it can. What can't change is
The number.
the number in front of it, also known as the coefficient, and that number is a, and yes, it can be a constant and a coefficient at the same what? Time. In fact, this is a constant times a what? Variable, which makes it a co-what? Efficient. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
That being said, I have 6 apples and plus 5 what? Baseball bats. That means this is a term. So I have how many terms in this parenthesis? 2. Terms are separated by plus or minus only. Everybody okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
We gonna find what?
Out.
I promise you we will find out. So tell me about. I have 5 plus 3A minus 4 minus A. First of all, how many terms do I have?
3.
4.
I have. Really? What's separating? I have minuses and pluses. That's separating terms. So how many terms do I have?
3.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. This 5 and this -4, what kind of terms are they? What kind of terms are they?
Constant.
Constant terms, because 5 is constantly what? 5. It was 5 yesterday. It'll be 5 today. It's going to be 5 tomorrow. It's still going to be 5 next week. What was it 100 years ago? 5. It is constantly what? 5. What changes is a variable. Everybody okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
This variable is multiplied by a constant, so that makes it a That makes it a coefficient, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, 4 is a, negative 4 is a, it is a constant. Because negative 4 will be what? Negative 4 tomorrow, the next day. There is nothing in this negative 4 that will what? Change. That being said, I got one other issue. This term right here. Now the term is a what? Variable. But I need to know the coefficient, don't I? Now, about that coefficient, if I say open the door, but who am I telling to open the door? Oh, so you is under what? Stood. We don't have to write you for you to know that I want you to open the door. We don't have to write that down. We don't have to say it, do we? No. So, if we were solving an equation, what's that number that's in front of the variable when we finish that we never have to say?
0.
At the end of the equation, when the variable is by itself, that variable is 1. Whenever I see a variable by itself, it is understood that a coefficient is how much? 1. Because how many A's do I have here? 1. So if I see, what's the coefficient?
1.
1 sure is. What's the coefficient?
Y. 1.
1. What's the coefficient?
Negative.
Negative 1, because just so happens I've got that negative there. But it's still a what? 1. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
So, how many terms do we have? 4. Let's try something what? Because y'all are doing it 100. Y'all are doing 100. Tell me about, how many terms? That is correct. I've got 3 terms. How many constants?
2.
1. It's 1.
You sure?
2.
All those within the sound of my voice clap once. All those within the sound of my voice clap twice. Do you see any numbers without a variable?
2.
So if I see a number without a variable, that means they are what? Constant terms. So how many? 2. And they are 2 and negative 4. What about coefficient?
You see 1.
I see 1 coefficient. And it is how much? That coefficient is how much? It is simply negative what? 5. What's my variable?
S.
My variable is S. Everybody okay with this? All right. So,